No sound.
Phil, you there?
Yeah, finally, the sound finally came in.
I can hear you, but I can't hear I can't hear Charles. Can you?
No, I can't hear Charles. I hear you, but that's all I hear. Well, let's go out of this thing and try again then.
Yeah, you're gonna get all the way out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way out and try again.
Evening, everybody.
No.
Hey, Danny.
Wait
How
a
you
minute,
doing?
there you are. Now I can hear all y'all. That's
I don't
weird.
know, something's with Charles, sound.
I can't hear.
Hey,
Charles.
Charles, can y'all hear? Can you hear us?
I got you, but I don't have my pictures.
Well, this is weird. Everybody else is in, but Charles isn't. That's
Right.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, Dennis.
Hey,
Can you hear
there you
Charles?
go.
You hear Charles?
No,
Yeah.
none of us can.
Uh-uh.
And Charles is going on like he's he don't know we're here.
You know what? I wonder if he somehow posted the link while he's doing his monologue. And he
Thinking.
hasn't actually, he hasn't actually gotten into, opened it up to himself yet.
That
I
could be.
couldn't get a
Hey,
link
Charles.
until 6 after.
I couldn't
Okay.
either.
I couldn't either. I just have got in. I've been trying since 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark?
Hey,
Well,
Ed.
yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Mark.
Everybody's here except Charles.
Yeah. I don't
Hey,
have a
Charles,
cam.
you're muted.
Somebody called a party and the host didn't come.
That's it. That's right. As long as he left the free beer, we're all set. So
There
That's
you
good.
go. Yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm going to take a peek at what the YouTube window looks like and see if we're in that. He may not have, see if he's opened that up. So. Okay, on the YouTube window, Ed is there and he's the only one that shows up.
Oh,
Charles
geez.
looks concerned now.
Are we not here?
He sees us talking to each other.
Okay, wait a
Charles.
minute. It shows, okay, Mark just showed up.
And he's looking at his screen.
Okay,
I've got 8 participants on my board here.
you don't
a
have
cam.
any?
Well,
Hey,
8.
Mark.
eight out of 9. Number 9's MIA.
Hmm,
That's right.
no, Charles looks like his, his hand gestures and everything like that. It's like he goes through when he's doing his monologue.
I've got
Yeah.
Stunthangar host here on mine.
Okay. Yeah, I got his picture, but absolutely no audio. So,
Well, let's talk about Charles.
okay,
Yeah, that's right.
all right.
Oh,
So,
man.
works for me, Mark. So,
There you go.
How do you turn your camera on? Down there at the bottom where it says start video?
okay, Stuart, can you hear everybody?
Yep.
It seems like everybody's here except Charles.
I see Charles.
I see him, but I can't hear him.
He's probably wondering, where is everyone?
And he's looking at his screen right now saying, what's
Will
going
somebody
on?
talk to me?
Charles, are you giving us the silent treatment?
Can we send him? a
Charles,
message?
nod your head if you can hear us.
What if we hit a chat?
I wonder if, yeah, does he show up on the participants
Let's see.
list? Yeah, I got 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got Stunthangar host. That's him.
We can see
I'm
you.
gonna send him a quick
Yeah.
text here.
Okay.
There you
Uh, all right, where are you? It's been so long since I wrote him.
There
or
he goes. I
something.
think he's reading mine.
Okay,
Well, he's not crying.
I don't know.
What if we all give him the finger? You think he'll see that? Oh, there's one.
That's it.
That's the finger.
I don't know, Mark. He may be auditioning to a new tool for how to lead the Pampa organization and have no worries.
Ah,
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
test running a new tool to pass on to you here. So
I'd appreciate it.
that's it. You know what I appreciate? I was thinking about this the other day, having a nice chat with our mutual, but my big brother, Bob Hunt, and
Oh,
everything like that. I have not seen you fly an airplane for at least 3 years. I want to
Who?
see you fly. Next time we get together, I want to see you flying an airplane.
me?
Yes, you. I want to see you
Absolutely.
flying and not running something. Delegate here. Let some of one of us weenies help you out here. So
Well, I'll tell you, at Brodak, being in charge of the porta potties is a full-time job.
yeah, but that what's the appropriate pun there? Something like
Well, I take a lot of crap, but that's just,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
It just
you're
pisses you off, huh?
that's
yeah.
it. I saw a sign on a certain this outfit here that basically cleans up yard waste in people's yards so they don't have to pick up after their pets. It says we're number 1 and number 2.
Yeah,
That
I've
sounds
seen
like
that somewhere.
that sounds like the boss of porta potties. So
Well, I'll tell you about, 7, 8 years ago, I ran an office in New Jersey and there was a little pond, nicely decorated and, with the shrubs around it. But the geese would come in and just ruin the whole area.
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
So I asked my assistant, I said, can you find someone? And all of a sudden, this guy shows up with a couple of dogs, and his truck says, I get the flock out of here.
all right.
And he did. I don't know how he did it, but he did.
Yeah,
So-
we have the dogs that are on a spring at the field.
Oh,
And
yeah.
with the wind, they blow and they have a little bell on them and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, bloody things.
Yep.
Hey, can you hear everybody? Except we're hearing
Yes.
everybody but Charles.
I can hear you.
Okay.
What
There you
about
go.
Charles?
And Mike, same thing?
Hello. Hi.
Oh, I cannot hear Charles.
Hey,
Yeah, Charles is, I don't know why.
He's
Is it
having a-
possible he posted a link that like last week's link or something like that?
Well, he posted today's link that I saw was in October. It was October 26th. I hit it just to see what would happen. And here right now he's laughing. Maybe he can hear us now.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Now we
can
Yeah,
can.
but there's a heck of a time delay in it.
hear you.
Yeah.
I don't hear him.
All right. Well, let me fix that link. That's weird. All
There you
right.
go.
Better fix the sync problem too.
There you go. Good to hear you, Charles.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Well, you-
underestimated how long it would take to get this computer set up. It's a different computer, and it's not
Uh,
set up right still.
Charles, I got to tell you, these guys were taking pot shots at you. I told them
Yeah.
it wasn't right.
Yeah. Don't listen to the first 15
Oh, it
minutes.
is right. It
That's
is
it.
right. What are you talking about, Mark?
Yeah, is the morals chairman there.
Thank
But
you.
anyhow.
Thank you.
No, Charles, right now you look like one of the Godzilla movies or something like that, where you see the person talk and then you hear the voice
Yes.
overdubbed. Yeah,
It's like in a translation of a Chinese movie.
yeah,
Oh, really? That far delayed? Oh man.
that's it. No,
Uh,
wait, now the words are coming up before you speak. So and that's it.
That's great. That's
Give
great.
him some.
Adventures in chat rooms. So
Ah.
how do I turn my camera on now?
do you got something on the bottom left? Do you got a button that says stop video?
Start video.
Well, click
Don't
click
touch it.
on it. There's a selection there that you might have inadvertently have the stop setting selected.
Video settings.
And let's see.
Let's see. So we can't hear Charles. We can't see Gary. It's a heck
And
of
the
a
problem
night,
with this is what? Oh, I'm sorry.
What'd you say? It's
What kind of moon we got tonight?
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Full
What'd you
moon
say,
out?
Mark? It's an improvement.
Say Jim Hoffman's looking a little cross-eyed, so he must be making good progress on his pinstriping. So
isn't
So Jim, Jim, you're muted. Can you hear everybody okay? Okay.
There, I'm unmuted now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, look,
looks
Jim, we
like
got the whole
everybody
band
has
together
good-
here. You see, we got Mike joining us too, Mike and Mark.
I see Mike Estella.
That's it. That's it. We got us a party here.
Mhm.
I don't-
Fantastic. And we have a birthday guy. It's Carl Reed's birthday.
Really?
All right.
Yes. Happy birthday, Carl Reed.
Happy birthday, Carl.
Yeah, happy
go.
birthday.
You know, I think he had a birthday
Uh,
last year.
Did he?
about the
Just a
same
year
time.
ago? Well, you know, some guys just like a lot of attention, I guess.
I know. Come on, Carl. What's up with that?
I don't know. But anyhow.
Up with it.
So
Mark is on a prowl today, man. He's just
Yeah, Jim, you miss, wish you could have been in Carmichael's to hear Mark's opening remarks on Old Time Day. And you
Oh,
know, we
yeah.
had just gone over the stuff with the new rules the evening before, kind of an entertaining meeting and everything like that. So, and you know, we open up Old Time Day, it's raining, prediction, lots of wind and everything like that. Mark come up with a great idea. He says, you know, if we can't fly today, he says, we're gonna put everybody back in a meeting room. And instead of flying, we're going to determine placings by asking everybody, we're going to quiz everybody on the old time stunt rules. Hey, ask Phil when landing starts.
Yeah.
He made
audio,
the logical guess, which was of course wrong. So
When the airplane
Guys,
flips
still
over.
delayed?
yeah.
Is my audio still delayed?
No, you're pretty good now.
Okay.
You're
all
coming
right.
through loud and clear. It just seems to be a little sync problem, but
Huh. Well, maybe I'll just be quiet tonight.
nah, where's the fun in that?
All right. Well,
Do you have controls on it, Charles? Because you're about 5 seconds behind.
oh no, well, this is a different computer, so I'll just be quiet. You guys, Dennis, why don't you just continue doing a good job?
Of what?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Figure it out. I don't know. We got us a pretty full house here. You got the usual cast of characters here, plus Mike. It's good to see you there. And
It is good to see you.
I don't
Gary,
know.
it's
Hey,
Yeah.
Mark, I do have a quick question. I don't know if you checked your email. I got another note from Jim Barry tonight, saying something about the what you call it, the survey.
yeah.
And so I did go into my spam folder and I found the original thing. So opened it up and got right into it to try to do it and said, sorry, this survey is closed. Is it truly closed
Yeah.
now? That's that. So,
Same
Well,
with me.
okay.
I think yes and no. I think it was, and I think it's open again. 'Cause we're
Okay, I'll
over-
try it. I'll try it again when we get off of here, I guess.
Well, the last I saw, you know, when we set this up, we were concerned about, would we get 10%? Would we get 12%? You know, what do you expect on a survey?
Mhm.
And
Never got it.
the last time I looked, if I remember right, it's over 50% right now. So
Mhm.
we're real happy with that.
Yeah, that is great. That is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
So,
That's a lot.
yeah, it is.
and I did see your posting on the board about the banquet, officially over 100 right now. And you got, how many more days you're going to be able to let people in there before you got to put a number on it?
I think it closes the 4th.
July
So,
4th.
yeah.
Okay, so we got about a week or so, not a short week, whatever.
Yeah, we're about 102 right now.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
That's just, you know, I'm the Grinch who killed the banquet here a few years ago because we were bleeding money and nobody was showing up and everything like that. And I didn't think it was a good idea to keep it going. So I'm happy to see that it's, you know, that you brought it back and people look like they're willing to support it. So that's fantastic. So,
Well, I took a second mortgage,
uh-huh.
you know, and just to make sure it would go.
Okay. Okay.
And, It just seems, everything seems to be working out, and I think it was going to be a good night, celebrating the three guys that started Pampa, the four guys who made the Hall of Fame this year, have some other remarks, and then comes Win Paul, who told me right now he has, I think, 90 sets of books sold.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming with his wife and his publicist. So the more the merrier.
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely. This last week, I got a hold of two of my buddies here and they both ordered books. So right now I'm picking up possibly 3, possibly 0 if the other guys, sneak in the way they said they would. But
Yeah.
that's going to be good. I need to talk to John Paris too, if he put a name on who's volunteering to judge for intermediate. I think he has some people lined up, but if not, I might have to scare up some people here real quick. But
Yeah, I think he posted today on Stunthangar
yeah,
what his numbers are.
yeah, the entry numbers, but
Yeah.
that didn't look too bad. Well, intermediate, he was only showing 3 entries, but he thought there were a couple more who hadn't signed up yet or
Yeah.
something.
He's got a
Because
big
it's an
open.
unofficial, it could
Yeah.
be, you really don't know until the morning of. So
That's right. Yeah,
So-
it seems like every year the open class gets bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
So everyone's sliding over from beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And
Well,
I think advanced at this point was only about 19.
yeah, that surprises me. We
Yeah.
had what, 24, 25 in
At least.
Carmichael's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. And all week long in Carmichael's, advance is usually the biggest event.
Yeah.
And, all East Coast and everything like that, they're all, relatively close to Muncie and stuff. Apparently it just doesn't make it, they don't show up in Muncie.
Yeah.
It used to be intermediate was the largest class. And
There you go.
Yeah.
I remember judging intermediate in Carmichael's with Sleepy one year, and we didn't get done till 7:30 at night.
Oh my God.
And
Well,
some people passed on their second flight.
Yeah.
If you judge with a guy named Sleepy, it's just not going to be a quick event.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I started saying,
I really
should have
miss
guessed
that
on that.
guy.
I don't know, Mark. I'm still feeling the buzz, if you will. I don't remember the last time I had as much fun as this year. We had just a
It was a
blast.
great
This year
year.
was fun.
And you take a look at the rain delays and everything like that. They did not have a happy week of weather or anything like that. And it's just, we got to spend a lot of time sitting under the tent, dodging the rain and chatting with each other, I guess.
Absolutely. It was a great year. And
Mhm.
for me, Dennis, the highlight was watching the little kids
Oh
Fly
my
my-
gosh.
fly
When
my
we saw
ring
the
rat.
8-year-old in a classic control line pose with his 6-year-old brother, right? One
Yeah.
arm on his shoulder, the other hand on the handle.
Yeah.
And then the 5-year-old come over and they're doing the same thing. It's like, my gosh, the circle is unbroken,
I'll tell you what, though, it says a lot also about the airplane.
Yeah.
You saw
a
it
tough
flying
little
kind of
airplane.
like this.
hmm
It has great stall characteristics. And
hmm
I think I told you, Mike Palco was there with his son, and he was loving every minute of it. Of course,
hmm
Mike does. But I gave him one of my ring rats, complete, ready to fly. Just gave
All
him
right.
everything. And
That's great.
yeah, it is. I try to do that every year. Give someone an airplane ready to go.
Yeah, well, Mike said that he's been teaching his son, and his son, it's like he thinks he can fly, but his son keeps saying, "No, grab my hand, Daddy, grab my hand." Well,
Yeah.
and then when he was there flying with the other kids, all of a sudden it wasn't "grab my hand, Daddy." It was like,
No.
"I can do this." So
Yeah, there you go.
I
That
think
was-
when he got home, he started smoking.
uh,
Oh, Lord, I hope not. Hope
that's
not.
it. That's it. Started borrowing the cell phone, making
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
calling up the names on the little black book there. But all the other kids in daycare. But
Mm.
I think the most precious thing is when like the Carolinians all lined up there at the end. Everybody was there, and then Mike's kid ran over to join his buddies, I went to talk to Mike later. I says, hey, does this mean your kid's moving to Carolina? He goes, I'm not sure. I think so.
There's hope.
I don't know how to explain this to his mom, but went to Carmichael's. He went and the kid went off. What was it, Kyle? I guess went off to Carolina. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, those three were like a three-headed, fur ball. Like
Yeah.
three short-haired cats or something like that.
It was
They were-
fantastic.
It was
It was a
absolute,
great week.
absolute contest 101, kid contest 101. So it was great.
Yeah.
So
It's at the end of it, it's really a joy for Will and I,
mm,
because we have, just so many great people that show up there. And then you got Buzz, who's just as much fun as anyone.
yeah.
She always out jokes me.
Well, I was thinking I should have said something about it. You two are like George and Gracie.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when she did hers, there's no way Mark was going to top that.
No,
Yeah.
no.
She's a pip.
Yeah,
she is.
I keep kidding her about having a second Brodak, around Christmas time.
Yeah.
But she doesn't take it lightly. She kind of gives me that look. That look.
Yeah. When what freezes over look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like what she said. Don't push it.
Don't push it. Yeah.
She told me, and I think I mentioned it at the award ceremony, that after the 20th year, their son called me over, Joe, and said, Mark, I don't believe this is necessarily the last year. Because that, I think, was the third year Will and I did it. And now we're up to like 9 or something. So she, Joe and she said to me, as long as she's alive, it's going to be there. When she's not, it's going to be up to the kids.
Wow, that's so cool.
Well,
And I've said to her, when it ends, just let it end. You can't
That's right.
duplicate that event. You just can't.
that's exactly right.
You
My
know?
brother asked me this year, he says, is this the last one? I says, I've been to at least 3 or 4 last Prodaks,
Yeah.
There's the
Yep.
20th and then, and it's like, every single time when the contest is over, it's like, if this was the last one, it's thank you, John and Buzz and Brodak family for a heck of a run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And whenever they finally say enough, that'll be that, and just move on to the next.
I think everybody that goes always just hopes that there's going to be another one, because we got to get some of the other guys that haven't been here to come back, because this is the most fun contest of the year, period.
Yeah. I had a long chat with my brother today, and he hasn't been there in a very long time. And I told him 1 year from now he's going with me, and I hope he's flying. But if he doesn't fly, he's going to be pitting. So
That'd be great.
yeah, he's got some real severe back issues and stuff bugging the heck out of him right now, and hopefully going to get that sorted out by then. But this is you're gonna go one way or the other. So
There's a possibility, Denny, that I have to talk to Buzz about it, but that next year it might be a Pampa Regional.
I think that'd be great. That'd be
People
great.
already come. You don't have to invent anything, and
Well, it's just kind of like icing on a cake, isn't it? I mean, it really would it require any other special activity, do you think?
Nope.
So
Don't see it.
No, just have some nice awards, and maybe one day people will figure out, can we get the 5 or 6 regionals and figure out how to get
yeah.
3 together, and
Did Alan Goff ever chat with you about having one at his contest?
yes. As a matter of fact, this is a little not embarrassing, but I've always had a lot of respect for Alan, and toward the end, he was there with Mike, and I said, "Listen, Alan, does the Fellowship of Christian Modelers allow Jews?" And he said, "Absolutely." And I said, "Well, I'll join." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, why not? Why not?" So I'm going to do that. He said, just go online and do it. And I asked him if he would do the prayer before the banquet kicks off. And he said he would.
Mhm.
So, he's a quality guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But Mark, don't let him put you in as president, okay? You got
my-
enough, you got enough presidents already here, so.
I got to tell you, I think if that happened, my mother's grave would rumble.
Yeah, it would be, it sounds
Yeah.
like that could be, yeah, that could definitely be a moment or a moment or whatever, but.
Now, Denny, I think after next year's World, if I'm
Mhm.
still alive, I'd like to cut back a little bit. You know, maybe, I don't know exactly how, but I'd like to.
So are you thinking that you might be running the world now?
No, I'm not thinking that. That's what's happening.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I was hoping we were getting into a
Well-
world where you'd have a little more time and not a little less time.
We'll see if some of the guys who have more experience than me at the world, you know, may help.
Mhm.
Right now, no one's running to volunteer. I can't blame them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's work, and I just think it's worth the cost of having it here.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people already that want to go who don't fly. They just want to see it.
Mhm.
You know, so
Well, I haven't attended the previous iterations of it, even the one that my dad, in '84, he was running the stunt event, and, I didn't attend that one, and, what, it was in Muncie, 20 years
Mhm.
after '04? Yeah,
yes,
that's right.
yeah.
So I wasn't doing anything and then, so. I don't know, Mark. I live 85 miles from Muncie, and if you
Oh,
need
that's
lake
awesome.
work, you need lake work or something like that. If you think I can help, by staying the hell out of your way, go ahead and say that too. But if there's anything I can do to help that out.
I'm
you know.
hoping you can tie up some grumpy officials with spectral lines.
Ah, can do. Phil's got something on his mind there. What's up?
Well, I can't be first because Denny just got the first slot, but I intend to be there, and I'm not going to be flying, not at the Worlds. So if you need help,
Well, thank you.
let me know. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that, guys.
Mhm. Well, let's see if we can spread, if you're gonna have to do it, let's just see if we can share the load a little bit and take some of that
Yeah.
heartache off of there. So maybe we could free you up to be one of the warm-up flyers or something like that. So
There you go.
fly the P-47, ready to go, right?
Yep.
So,
I'm flying that this coming Sunday with Joe Daly.
mhm.
Joe and I and Tommy are going up to Flushing Meadows. So
When's that? This Sunday? This coming Sunday?
this coming Sunday.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, do you see Charles over there sitting back, eating the popcorn and everything?
Chilling.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him look so
Because he doesn't
relaxed in
have,
the chat
he
room?
doesn't have to talk, so it gives him time to eat.
You
Yeah,
know,
he's snacking away. He might get used to this, you guys.
look at him. will
No,
you?
no. We can't let him do that.
No,
Look how relaxed he is.
yeah.
Little time off for good behavior, but we can't let him get too.
I'll tell you what,
used
if
to
he
it.
leans back and if I start seeing the bottom of his feet up on his desk or something like that, we know
Yeah.
that we got it. So
I'm going to call Sparky.
Next time he can talk for 2 hours straight.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So speaking of young people coming in, I have you guys already know this. So like I have my young Padawan. He is doing some super great progress, and I'm not letting him cut any corners.
Good.
So it's a little bit like, oh, how far are we in the building right now and stuff like that. But anyways, we're making good progress. The wing is just about done. All we have to do is just put the center sheeting on it right now.
and that was, what airplane is that again?
The Spirit of
Saginaw.
Saginaw.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a kit that I won with a raffle at the Triple Tree.
Hmm.
And I said, I either send it to Romania for the kids over there to build whatever, or I'm gonna build it with my friend, if any, right?
It's so funny. I remember the original one of those way back when Dick Piscini was flying, and it was a good airplane for him. It served him well. It was based on a Jack Sheik's, Jack Sheik's design, basically. And it was a good product back then, for its time and stuff. So I was really happy to see when Brodak brought it out as a kid. It's a good looking airplane too. So it doesn't look like a trainer.
It's very jet looking, like a jet plane kind of simulation stuff. But it's like the kit is I mean, the wood is good and it's fine, and all the good stuff, I mean, for the first plane. But what I found with it is like when I saw the leading edge sheeting, that's being like a half an inch short.
Short, you mean end to end? It wasn't long enough or wasn't wide enough?
No, the width of it.
The width was off by half an inch?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I could only catch like about 1/16 here, 1/16 of an inch here on a leading edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just overlapping 1/16 of an inch, and I was also overlapping 1/16 on the leading edge too. And
Did
the rest I had to patch it up.
Did you call Carmichael's and tell them what you found? They should know about that.
No, I mean, I'm not like that, just try to complain.
What do you mean like that? Like that, it just means you're getting what you pay for. And, they usually back that stuff up, but you're not supposed to have to deal with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's also missing the blocks for from the jet looking chicks for the inboard.
Well, you definitely need to say something about that. That should be a laser cut piece that you just kind of slide on. It probably didn't get packed or something.
Yeah, the only kit I ever bought from Brodak or built from Brodak was missing the entire stab elevator assembly. And eventually I contacted them, told them the story, and they made it right. So
Seriously, if it's missing the pieces, you call them up. They'll stick it in a little box and send it to you.
So I teach him how to make wingtips that are symmetric, and using my method, and this is kind of the result. I'm not sure if you guys see it good.
Looks good.
It's pretty good.
Got a hole in it, but other than that, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the shape is really
like this, right?
Good. Yeah,
that's pretty good, Trent. This is his first try. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, look how symmetric it is, right?
Yeah.
And if you look on the opposite side, it's the same shape.
Very nice.
Same shape.
Very neat.
So yeah, and we did some other things to it. If you look here at the bell crank, I'm not sure. Can you see this? Is my camera okay or just crappy as it?
yeah, it's
Yeah, you
coming
got
through
it.
clear. It's just hard to get the perspective right there.
So we've added these braces here that will transfer the load from the plates that hold the bell crank in place, right?
Right.
And they transfer the load from here through this to the
Into
main
the
spar.
spars. Yeah, that's all good.
This is offset. It's just sitting on the top of the ribs, and I have like a little bit of gap over there, so I wouldn't trust that at all. I fill it up some balsa wood in here anyways.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just be glued on the top of the ribs, and that has no structural resistance.
No.
So we added we added this plates over here. We glue this on top of the plates, so we're connecting to the spar itself. And then we've added this triangular, fillets to butt against the edge of the plywood, so that all the load goes from here through there and in here. And we even took care that to put the grain on a diagonal. The grain goes in this direction. So
Okay.
again, instead of parallel to the spar.
Yeah, you have it driving into the spar basically.
Exactly. So we drive all the load into the spar. So this should be like bulletproof. And obviously I showed you that before when we made this these modifications here with the carbon fiber plates.
Yeah.
Because as a beginner, so all I have to do is just put the center sheeting, fill in some blocks over here, so we can cover it and cut out the slot for the landing gear to go down, right?
Right.
And that's it. The wing is done, and it's very, very straight. It's nice and straight. I mean, just this wing is probably as straight as it gets.
Did you build that on? Is that set up to build on a rod jig?
Yes, it was set up to be built on a rod jig. So I went to Home Depot and I found some 5/16 rods over there, steel rods, obviously. And I took, they had three. One was a pretzel, the other two were kind of straightish. But they were
I like that word, straightish.
Yeah. So
very good.
So that's the best I could work with, and the problem with it is those damn rods were 4 foot long, and the wing is just ever so slightly oversized.
Yeah. No.
So we had to jump through hoops. I mean, we built half of the panel, then we slide the rods over a little bit, supported the end of rods. I mean, we cut a block and I just put 2 blocks, one in front, one on back, so the rods can sit on top of them, and we clamped the rest of them on the other end. We built the other half of the panel. So we danced around with this idea. I was sliding the rods in and out a little bit, and with and we also had some blocks of wood, that work as a parallel, right? Well, they cut a notch out of it, right? So they can sneak in between the spar, between the lower point of the spar and extend inside there. So the rod is going to sit on top of it. Because at that time we had the sheeting on a wing.
Yeah.
If we had longer rods, I mean, far easier.
Yeah. I ended up getting some brass tubing, 5/16 brass tubing, and then the next size up. What would that be? 11/32, I guess.
Yeah.
It basically just put like a sleeve over it and then extended it out another foot with the brass tubing, and that works really good. Then later on, I actually bought a second Brodak rod jig, and I cut one of the rods in half. So instead of 36 inches long, I think it's 36. It's another 18 inches long, and I sleeved that onto the other rod and everything like that. So I got a jig that's big enough to about anything. I want to do a quick share here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this airplane. This is a Jack Sheik's design that was
beautiful.
That's like the source material for the Spirit of Saginaw. You look and squint at it, especially you trying, because you got the plans for the Spirit in front of you and everything like that. It was 1969 Nats. It's one of those airplanes. It's like, Jack, why didn't you publish this thing? It's like one of the ones he never published, but it was gorgeous airplane. It flew like crazy.
Oh my God, that's just beautiful,
isn't it? And then he did the I-beam, and then he put in all the extra half ribs. So he had basically a rib every half inch. So that thing just absolutely glistened. You see all the light catchers there. See all the ribs. So.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So.
Man, I absolutely love it. That is cool.
It is.
Well, guess what? We're gonna power. You know what I'm gonna power this thing with? You're gonna think I'm crazy. We're gonna put a badass 3515 on it.
Okay.
Oh Lord, that's way too much.
Well, does it bounce the airplane?
That's true.
That's the idea. Otherwise, I'm mostly using 4550s on my 40 size planes. That's my weapon of choice. But the 4550, it's about 175 grams. When I saw the 3515 being 178 grams, and I said, you know what, I'll pay the 3 grams weight penalty, because that's going to ease up. I mean, if I put an 11-inch prop on that 2-blade on that thing, I mean, you're just not even going to feel it. So probably and I don't know exactly. We don't know exactly what kind of a battery power consumption and the ESC we're going to use. But I have a 25 amp ESC, which I think is going to do just fine on this plane with this kind of motor. And we might use some small batteries like 4S 1800 milliamps for a full flight.
Yep.
So
Certainly you're not going to need over 22, I'm sure. And you might get down to an 18. That should be great. So.
yeah, if I can get down there, I mean, just like I'm going to pace through. So I know you guys are going to probably cringe at this, but yeah, I think a big motor will eases up a lot of stuff downstream.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
no
does.
no heat waste, no energy loss due to heat. Everything works very calm and composed. The batteries can release the juice easily.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, to me that worked great. I mean, so far. I mean, even on a big plane, I'm using the 4250 on it and 2-blade prop, 12.6, and I'm using 1500 milliamps of flat.
Yeah.
Without even breaking a sweat. Yeah. And
Lenny's in the house here. Len Burrell. Good evening.
Len has arrived. How about that?
Yeah. If you notice, Charles, you see how relaxed Charles is tonight?
Hey guys.
He's apparently got a bit of a computer issue. He hasn't been able to, been having,
I think that's
synchronization
I think that's a
problems.
loop. I think that's a loop of Charles.
Yeah.
I
I think you might be
I
right.
think he's gone somewhere else.
Yeah, he's probably sitting in the jacuzzi, with the bubble bath and and his little rubber ducky and stuff like that. He's
Yep.
Yeah.
That's relaxed. Sitting there like this, just chilling.
That's it. That's it.
Actually, I think he's in Hawaii. And that's
really?
just a false. That's just a false background.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You got it nailed.
Yep.
You got it nailed. He just took a picture of his normal background. It's behind him.
That's right.
That's it. That would explain the shadows that look like palm trees in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, look on the bright side here.
I don't think he can hear us because he's not reacting like I think.
Yeah, he can hear us.
He can hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl, what was that? The bright side?
So look on the bright side. He can't bring his airplane out when we get off subject.
That's true. Oh my God, who's got an airplane handy? We might need that. So.
I got a picture of 3 of them.
No, wait a minute. He can still bring the airplane out if we haven't completely lost our adult supervision here. If he's here going off target.
He's here. I see him.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, Gary, you got your camera fixed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What I just put my
I thought we
thumb
caught you in mid nap there. That's all. So
I put it on the top there and moved on. Started working again. So
yeah, great.
maybe something got on it.
I don't know. All the times we get together on this, all the different people. I guess I'm pretty amazed at how stable this platform has been for us for the most part.
Yeah.
So
can I take a minute to talk about Brodex? And
please do.
I wanted to thank Mark Gerber, who judged Old Time, and Phil, you judged something too, didn't you? I don't think you flew in front of me.
A couple different classes.
Yeah, I don't think I flew in front of you, but I went out of my way to thank Randy Holcroft, who I flew in front of, and everybody that judged, and Mark, obviously, and you and Will for running that event. I really enjoyed spending circle time with Denny and launching and just little tips on how to do a little better. And Denny, you suggested I speed up my smoothie in my second flight, and funny thing happened. I got out my programmer and I clicked a few notches to increase the RPMs, but I forgot which airplane I was using. I thought I was using my A7, which has a Castle ESC in it, but
Oh,
I was
geez.
using the smoothie, which has a jetty spin, and the ratios are different. And unfortunately, I could have used a few more RPMs, as I think Mark Gerber can attest to, because he saw some of the things that happened during my flight. But anyway, it was a good time, and yeah, I just want to say thanks. And I got a whole lot more confidence in Spectre lines from Denny and my friend Jim Vigani, who had that Blue Angel out there.
Yeah,
thing was gorgeous.
all the time, I
That
kept
plane on Thursday night, they were putting the color on it. On Friday, they were putting the clear on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
on Saturday,
yeah.
he was test flying it in Carmichael's, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
Saturday, yeah.
First flight on Saturday.
It's a winner. It's just flies so well, and it's like 51 or 52 ounces.
Yeah.
And,
I tried to convince Vigani it was too heavy, and I'd take it home and take care of it. He wouldn't hear it.
Oh, well, Phil, thanks for you tried taking one for the team there. Good work. Good work.
Mark Gerber flew his Bearcat.
Yes.
Yeah, Mark's
I
Bearcat
missed
is
that.
absolutely gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was trying to
He took
explain
the-
that it looks better in real life than it does on chat room cameras.
Oh, it
doesn't
definitely does, because when he showed it on chat room, you could see the
I've got
where
some
he had to
pictures here
repair
if you
his
guys want
rudder.
to see them.
he had to repair his rudder,
Yeah.
and he found out about nitro, cleaned that up. I looked at the plane. I'm looking for the crack. I can't find it.
Mhm,
So he's not just a good builder. He's also a very good repairer.
You guys see that?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the Blue Angel.
That's Vigani's. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I've seen that plane on Facebook. A bunch of pictures of it.
Yeah, it was very popular. Everybody liked that one.
Mhm.
So
He
the
tried to put it
simplicity,
up.
you know, sometimes a simple paint job is just so beautiful.
Yeah. He tried to put the thing up
It's not
about 4
much over
times.
there. It's
Everybody kept
blue
saying, wait a
with the
minute,
yellow
one more,
tips. That's it.
Yeah.
So here's a first picture I got, which is all of the 1,500 miles I had to drive to get there,
Oh boy.
going through Ohio.
oh wow.
And then here's the first day on Saturday. There's Mark telling his joke about Jack Nicklaus and Moses and Jesus.
Yeah.
And there's my P40. But I first flew the Bearcat on Saturday, and it was going too fast. And Joe Gilbert says you got to get a lower pitch prop, and I had a rev up 13.6 on it, which worked pretty good here in Colorado, but it was too fast in low altitude Brodax.
Mhm.
And I didn't have a 13.5 prop. So Sparky gave me a 14.5 rev up and suggested I cut it down to 13 inches, which I did the next day. And then later in the week, I got to fly it. It worked much better. And here's Joe Gilbert with Colleen launching, practicing with his profile P51. I think he won profile, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sure did.
And this is something that Banjock rolled out.
Bravo.
Wow.
He flew this in profile, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it sounds better than it flies. I didn't think I would see it fly, but
I think that's probably the case. But
Danny shows up something interesting every year.
yeah.
And I don't know who this belonged to, but I thought it was a cute little Stuka.
It was the beginner winner, and is it Paul Gray? Does that sound right?
I think that's right.
But yeah, that was
I
a
looked at it
very
and I couldn't
pretty
believe a
airplane.
beginner was flying that.
It's got a 8484 number, which is pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
Has he been around that long, or has he just got that number?
Well,
Anyway,
I don't really know. He's from Georgia, and I really don't know, but he's it was sure a pretty plane. And
Hey, I
it
was walking
sounded
around
great.
on Saturday and I saw it sitting there on the grass. I took a picture of it, and then here's Vigani's Blue Angel. And we were talking. He just did his first flight on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and I think
He flew it
won.
so relaxed. You never would have believed it was an early flight, because he was just so relaxed with it and got out there and flew it so well.
Didn't he win advanced with this?
I think
You know, I don't know.
Classic?
I think he won something.
Yeah,
He flew it
He
in a
won
Yeah.
couple
something with it. I just can't
classes.
remember what.
I
it's a
think
really
was
cool looking
judging.
airplane.
The
Mhm.
problem with judging is when the flight's over, I forget and move on to the next one. But
Mhm.
I know it was something to watch. It was beautiful in the air.
Mhm.
Anyway, here's me with my
Brodak
Bearcat.
Right
Can't
Yeah,
remember who
that's
took
the
this
pretty
picture.
cat.
It might have been Will.
Beautiful.
That was the kitty cat, and it really presented well.
And here's the proof that I balanced the propeller before I put it on the airplane. And here, Mark was talking about rain a little while ago. There we go.
A
Mhm.
little rain.
Oh, that was one of the easy downpours there.
This was Monday, I think, Monday
Yeah.
morning. And this was, I'm not sure when this was. This might have been Tuesday. I don't know who that's flying, but he,
Lefty.
That's CT.
Tom Schaefer. Tom Schaefer.
See,
Like,
is it
looks like
CT?
Tommy
CT?
Schaefer.
Yeah.
It
okay.
might be. I got the bar in front of me. I can't tell.
That's the right hand to fly with, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And here
Here
I
we
am
go.
on Saturday. I flew the Bearcat on Friday, and it was very windy and turbulent. And the thing was bouncing all over the place.
Mhm.
So after I quit after the outside square and just flew out the tank, but Saturday was much better air.
You know, I'd always heard that plane called the pickle barrel. And I have this kit downstairs, and I have a BBQB that's nearing completion.
Mhm.
And I never knew why until I heard Mark's fly. The motor resonates through that big fuselage. It does sound like a pickle barrel.
Mhm.
I've got a video here that will.
Tail
Yeah.
looks huge.
Yeah, I saw Will's video, and that was really outstanding. He did a nice job with that.
Can you hear the sound?
Well, not
No, not
here. I
yet.
can't. This looks still right now.
It's static right now.
Oh, okay.
It's not a video, it's a picture.
Yeah.
Smart.
Can't hear the sound of the motor?
No,
No.
it looks like it's a
Nope.
still picture, not a video.
Mark, how did it fly? Mark,
There. Oh, what'd you say?
say, how did it fly?
Good, good. Watch.
What?
It goes where you aim it, which is
Well, that's a good thing. Sure is beautiful.
The pictures honestly don't do that thing justice.
I won't
I
show you
just-
the whole.
I just hope
Yeah,
the
it's
next
amazing.
it's just a picture. The next time I see it though, I hope it's got the spats on it, because that thing with spats would really be remarkable. It's
Mm.
beautiful.
Well, he had his grass landing gear on it too, Phil. So
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
That was a tough place to test it, and he did very well.
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Well, especially the wind we had on Friday was no
Yeah.
fun. So
Yeah, I called it the bouncing Bearcat.
That's
yeah, it was.
what Al Raby called it.
But it corners well, and like I said, it
It
goes
looked
where
like
you
it
point
cut
it.
very well. The squares looked really good.
Yeah, I could.
And then the
you
next
could-
thing he
you
just
could
started going around in
argue-
circles, and I thought, no triangles? Come on.
Yeah,
Uh,
you could probably argue that this was probably better than Al's original in that with the big power and everything like that. Al flew his
yeah.
with a 46, and it was a strong 46. But he was
Well, and
trying
this
to
has
fly
got
it.
a lot of Keith Trossel refinements in it too.
Yeah, yeah,
The rudder mechanism is much superior to what Al had.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you're using Keith's, what, I'll call it a cam.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
a little cam or sled in there that you can control how the rudder behaves by the
Do you
shape of the
think,
slot in it.
Do you think that cam, it would seem to me, just pictures I see and stuff, is that thing is just, screaming for a laser cut piece or something like that. I wonder if it's possible to kit that mechanism.
Why not?
Might be.
If you would be open to doing that.
The shape of the curve probably depends on the airplane.
Yeah.
And I set up this really awkward setup on my router to try to cut that slot accurately. And I managed to get it okay. Keith said he just drills holes. He draws the line and he drills 16th inch holes
Hmm.
and then just files it out. And he said it doesn't have to be really tight because it just slides back and forth.
Mhm.
So
Give me a
Yeah.
CAD
Mark?
file and I'll laser it.
yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
Mark, I'm sorry.
but I used the shape that Keith said he used. He's made about 30 of those different cams for his Bearcat. And I used the one that he told me was the best one that he had in it. So I sort of started where he left off, I think.
Mhm.
But I haven't really had a chance to do anything with the cam yet. I'm still in the early stages here, but
Mhm.
you can see the grass gear worked pretty well. You'll see that in a minute here.
Yeah. Well, I'm still seeing a still picture, so.
Mark, if you photoshopped yourself out of that picture, it almost looks like a real Bearcat doing a low pass over the trees.
Mm,
Pretty neat. Nice job.
Hey, Mark, I forgot, what engine you're powering that with?
Super Tiger 60.
60, okay.
And this showed up in the mail.
ah,
So I guess I won it.
You did.
Going 1,500 miles. I must have been the long distance. Is that right, Mark?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the long distance in the previous year? It was like somebody came from Australia or something like that.
Yeah.
One of the first broadacks I remember it. Like they had the Brazil coming too at one
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
well, they had
Take a minute.
Brazilians, they had somebody come from
Japan.
South Africa, Korea. John Paris had brought a flying buddy. I think it was
Yeah.
actually his brother-in-law or something like that from
Yeah.
South Korea.
And then Kaz won it one year from Japan.
Yeah, Cass has been there.
Mhm.
I won it in 2011.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Jim was there one year.
One time.
that's
One
it.
time.
So Mark, 1,500 miles. I mean, that's that's kind of a sandbagger compared to South Africa or Korea or something like that, or even Arizona. I mean, come on.
John
So
Wright came too a few years ago from LA.
that's right.
Yeah.
Charles.
Denny, he had to fly. He had to drive home too. 3,000 miles.
Charles came one time.
John
Yeah.
Wright came to get a grandfather clock from Worcester, Massachusetts, I think.
All right.
That was his
Oh.
mission. Brodak was just on the way.
Well, I think that was the year or he went to Brodak and then 3 weeks later he was in Muncie for the Nationals. He had spent the whole time there.
I think he went to Oshkosh too while he was.
You're
traveling
right.
around.
You're right. That was the year he did Oshkosh too. So
And he went to Canada also.
did he? Okay.
Hey,
now
Charles has spoken.
Now you're synchronized, Charles.
That's
I
it.
shouldn't wait, I guess.
Charles has spoken. The rest of us, we're back on. Time to
You
go
know,
Charles
back
got
in the line.
closer to
So,
the camera there.
Anyway, I'm back here in Colorado for 2 weeks, and then I get to turn around and drive back to Muncie, another 1,200 miles. So
geez. Oh, geez. So,
Hey, Charles, I guess you finally finished the popcorn, huh?
No, I didn't finish it, but
Okay.
it was a big bag. It was a family size, and I shouldn't eat the whole thing.
Attaboy.
Has anybody welcomed Bart Kaplinski back there? Hey, Bart, how you doing?
Got a question from last week. Somebody may have had information on who laser cut the Reeve Millennium Mustang.
I think that was Phil Bailey, wasn't it, Phil?
Yeah, it was the one that cut mine was
Tankersley or Kurt
Tankersley's cut mine, and Walt has the plans now, has all the files now.
I didn't get the name.
Kirk Tankersley or Walt Walter Umlin.
Mm-hmm.
Walter Umlin has the files now.
I'm curious. I haven't heard. Is Walter going to be selling his files or anything like that?
I don't think anybody's talked to him about it. Last time I talked to him, he said he hadn't made no decision one way or the other, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good starting place. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought I answered that, maybe on the, I don't know. My
Okay.
computer's been so strange here lately, I don't know what happened.
I understand that.
Well, Phil, are you flying well? Are you feeling well enough to fly? You were having neck and back
I'm
issues.
hoping to get back out. I tried to go yesterday, not yesterday, Saturday, but had somebody come over, and I'm getting ready to pull out of the driveway and they show up. You can't take just the little plane in the car, and my truck is still not back. In fact, I can't get the body man to call me back to tell me when it's going to be ready. So hopefully I'm going to fly, if not Thursday and Friday, then hopefully at least by Saturday, I'll have my truck back. And I've got a new 11 ready to go. And I've got my Revolution charged up, and well, not charged up, but ready to take out and fly. And I have the old Nobler repaired. So I'm anxious to try all three of those. So if Lord willing, and I get something to transport them with, yes, I intend to fly this week. Right now, I don't know that we got hurricane warnings outside, or possible severe thunderstorm, possibility of hurricane. So so far today, we've had rain, sleet. It was hot as a dickens. I mowed the yard earlier today. It was hot as a dickens this morning. And then this evening we had ice. So, I mean, who knows? It's been a crazy day. Oh, Lord.
So has hey Bob Whitley, thanks for coming in. How you doing? I know you couldn't make it
Hey,
last
Bob.
Friday, but you said you're gonna be here today, and here you are.
Here I are. Yeah, I'm just getting models ready and pack up sometime tomorrow and head off to Manitoba.
What's up there?
Well, I got a military reunion at the base at Shiloh, and we're going to bury my father's ashes a few miles south of their family plots. And then I'm heading off to Winnipeg and doing some model flying with some of the guys there.
Nice.
So I picked up one of those collapsible soft top carriers for a top of the car because I don't want to take the truck out there with all the gas burning.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I'll be able to, I'll see how many fit in there in the thing, and that's what I'll take.
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
Cordy here.
Hi, Gordy.
You still working on that impact?
Well, I'll show you what I'm doing.
Okay.
I moved the lead outs forward and got them all the way forward. It flies really well, except I found that it was rubbing. The lead outs are rubbing on a rib. So I took the wing off and got in there, and I made this cattail sander.
Oh, very cool.
That's awesome.
It's yeah, this is a plug for Sparky here. This is some sanding discs from Temu.
Wow,
that's brilliant.
Well, thank you, but somehow I got my lead outs crossed. In the process of fiddling with them, and now I'm trying to see in there to uncross the lead outs.
Oh, geez.
So I did that last year. I found using a flashlight, look into the lead out guide with a flashlight, helped me to figure out which was over, which was under.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you can just pull them all the way out, Howard. Look, hang the wing vertical and look through the hole. And you can just, by rotating the lead out a little bit, it should fall out.
Pull them all the way out. Yes, pull them all the way out and start over.
Well, that'll work too. That is the take apart airplane, right? So
yeah, I got the wing off looking in there.
Yeah.
Howard, I left you a little message over there.
Oh, yeah? You talk among yourselves while I look at the message.
You got to trim your nose hair, Howard.
Oh, jeez. You guys are bad.
I'm growing it for the hats.
That'll hurt your appearance.
Not unless it'll look better when they're braided. So
That's true.
I got to find the what am I looking for?
I think in the chat. I think
The chat. Where's the chat?
bottom right next to the share screen.
Bottom right next to share screen. Okay, I don't see it. Oh.
All righty. Let me catch up on the chat box. Okay, people couldn't hear me, and then happy birthday, Carl. Jonathan Caradas, he says, "Hi, you guys. Just listening today as I look and feel like a drunken parrot today."
Oh.
Well, he's recovering.
Okay, so Charles, can you say that again with a Kiwi accent? So
Yeah, I wish I could.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's a tough
Jonathan's
call.
recovering from I think he had a hip surgery.
Yeah, he did. So
Mark Lumen's recovering from a back surgery. So we're thinking about you guys, both of you.
absolutely.
So let me see. I think we're caught up for the most part. Most of it in the earlier part was I can't hear you, Charles. And all right, so I see Ed. Hey, thanks for coming in, Ed. And did you get a chance to go flying? I know you was hoping to go flying. I think it was Saturday.
No. We had some family stuff to do, so it kind of canceled everything out. Although this weekend, this Sunday is everything planned.
All right.
And then staying busy, just working on a few things behind the scenes and stuff, trying to make everything happen. And that's so, but enjoy listening in and participating when I can.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed.
Yes.
I don't think you guys know, but Ed also judged at Brodak. You were judging scale, weren't you? Control line scale.
Yes, I was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice to do, and certainly know what to look for when it comes to scale.
There you go.
And he also donated some food, which came in handy. Pizza rolls and some, whatever the pepperoni rolls.
Yeah, pepperoni rolls.
He's a very generous guy.
Mm.
Very good.
Thank you.
So Jim Hoffman, what have you been up to?
I've been busy actually, because I've been gone for a while. Did a lot of traveling. But I got back and I've been working on my Lunar, and I went flying yesterday.
Oh, fantastic.
So some good and some bad. So I went to Tucson. I flew with Lou and John Calentine and who else? Glenn Allison was there. Bert Brokaw was there.
Oh, good.
So I flew the Big Orange Predator. I hadn't flown that in a while, enough that I noticed there was a thin layer of dust on it, actually. No one ridiculed me. That was nice.
Yes.
But then I have a ringmaster. I should say I had a ringmaster.
Oh, no.
I'd been monkeying around with it. I've never been happy with how the motor runs, and I've been playing around with it. So I swapped motors and I brought it down there and I took a couple of flights trying to make things work. And there I was dead overhead, and that motor just stopped.
Ah,
The airplane just stopped. And I said, there's no way I'm going to be able to run and catch this. And actually, I took a look at the airplane. I had to run to not get hit by it.
wow.
You had to escape it. Oh, geez.
So I didn't get hit. The airplane's destroyed. I came home. The motor's cracked. I didn't realize the motor case was cracked until I took it apart at home. And
Oh,
so that was my excellent adventure yesterday.
Oh no, what motor was this?
It was a brand new OS 20 FP.
Ah,
Oh man.
So
so not
So my
only is it
ringmaster-
destroyed, it's irreplaceable. So
yeah, I can save a few parts. I think I've got a few more. I've got some more hits swirled away.
I've never used the OS Max 20. Always used the 25.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, you can still get parts for that from OS Parts Japan.
Yeah. All right.
Mike Lonke told me about that place a year or so ago, and it's kind of a headache figuring out the yen to dollars conversion. But I mean,
Really?
it took like 2 weeks. Well, I'm not that smart. You might be, but I'm not smart enough to figure all that conversion out.
Oh my
But
God.
If you use PayPal, it makes it pretty easy.
yeah.
that's what I did.
There's 100 apps. that
I'm
do
crazy, not stupid. But no, I ended up ordering 346 cases and 3 cranks, and then the washers and everything in the front, and 3 back and 3 metal. Got to specify metal back plates, and it came in. It all came in, and I put the guy from Australia's guts in it, and I got 3 of them that look like they're going to be real good motors. I haven't run any of them yet. Don't know why, but anyway.
I don't know. One
But the parts
part of me
are
says
still
there's-
available.
There's one less glow airplane in the house. Not so
Yeah,
bad.
well.
Jim, if you wear a catcher's mitt on your free hand and that happens again, you may be able to save the engine.
Yeah.
Jim, I
Thanks,
saw
Mark.
Wayne. Jim, I saw Wayne Smith fly a Ringmaster with an electric setup in it, and it cut through that wind in old time day like a knife. And I think it was a G-Force 1100, G-Force 1100, G10, G-Force G10 11. It's like a 2814. If you want to buy a Cobra, it's a 2814 1050 would be the Cobra that you could use. And I was thinking about converting my Ringmaster, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, this plane is built with plywood doublers and hardwood motor mounts, and problems that I've been having trying to get a little profile like a Super Clown or a Ringmaster to work with electric is the fact that they're too heavy in the first place. So you build one from scratch.
Oh, look at that.
From a good kit, you could have it light enough, because I think Wayne told me the whole thing was like 24 or 28 ounces or something like that. So, and that's with a 1800 4S.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
If I replace it, it'll probably be electric.
Yeah.
So the
Wayne
one thing
saved
I
my
did
bacon
do is
at that
I
contest.
did some work on the Lunar. Maybe I'll show you that.
All right. Sounds good.
Let me flip the camera around.
And I see you, Dennis. I'll get to you in a shortly, okay?
Yep.
The Predator is just gorgeous.
Isn't it? Yeah, it is. Have you seen it in person?
No,
Oh man, it's nice.
no, I'd like to though.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't like to. I'd have to fly against it. I've seen Jim fly.
There we go. Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, pretty, Jim.
So I've been working on the wheel pants. Got all the color on. Now I've got to do black pinstriping.
Wow.
And of course, the pinstripes
Wow.
are it's all tapered.
Wow.
doing that. The tight radius stuff doesn't want to stay put.
Mhm.
I masked that a few days ago and some of it lifted. And so I'm going to try making a template and a different mask there on this guy.
Very nice.
So this one, I think you saw the wing is pretty much done. Nose is done. Again, it all needs black pinstriping.
Looks
But
nice.
I did the tail. So that came out pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
And
Very
I've
nice.
got spray masks for that. So hopefully the black pinstriping there won't be so difficult.
Oh, look at that.
So what do you use your arbor for? I see your arbor press.
Arbor press?
What do you use it for?
Oh my goodness. Pressing bearings in and out of things and all kinds of stuff.
I have a couple of them. I was just curious.
Yeah, I tell you, I had, access to arbor presses my whole life at work. And after I retired, I said, oh my goodness. So I
Now I need
bought an
one.
arbor press, a little one. So here's the tool I bought a few years ago that I really love. Oh, this is.
Oh wow, was that Proxton or?
It's a table saw.
Right, is that by Proxton?
No, it's a Micro Mark.
Yep. Yeah, I have one of those. They're terrific.
Yeah, they make good stuff.
Yeah, this is, and it's got the blade swivels, so that's really helpful. Really helpful.
Very nice. Yeah, it's an upgrade from the that little one by Dremel.
Yeah. I have the
And so
Dremel. I'm gonna try to
this
find
one,
one of
the
those.
last thing I did was this
Oh,
yellow.
look at that.
That looks good.
Yeah, now I got it. Oh, there's all. So remember what that looks like. I got to make it look like that.
Oh yeah.
Put the blue in there and then the black pinstriping.
Are you gonna paint the pinstripe? I mean, you gonna mask it and just paint it by hand, or are you gonna do an airbrush?
I'm going to use a spray mask template. I don't have one template. I have 3 of them. And you lay one at a time and do each color at a time. And
Oh,
so
brother.
it's you spray. So it's a setup each one. So tomorrow morning, I'm doing some fix up. This blue box has a problem, so I got to fix that up. And I had a piece of blue right there lift. So that's my activity at sunrise tomorrow.
What paint are
Spray
you
that.
using?
Say again?
What paint are you using?
I'm using car paint.
Okay.
So, and I'm not happy. I talked to him. I talked to Callentine yesterday, and I told him I'm not so enamored with car paint. And I said, what's the upside? And he says, you can have any color in the world you want. And all right, but I think this is my last effort with car paint colors. I'd much rather work in dope.
What kind of car paint are you using?
PPG, I think. This.
Omni, that's what I used. You can get
Isn't
heavy
that
real quick.
Isn't that super expensive?
Yeah. This is the cheap, super expensive.
Ah,
There's
Maybe
more
that's-
expensive.
Rogers uses.
I don't like that you have to, every time you use it, you got to mix it.
Mhm.
That's my biggest complaint.
I think I'm the only guy that has used auto air and likes it.
Where am I? Here we go.
Callentine likes it.
No, really?
Yeah.
What tip are you using?
What tip? I have what airbrush?
Well, yeah, well, if you're using an airbrush, that's variable. It's not a different tip, probably. What kind of gun are you using?
let's see. What am I using for a gun? You know what? I'm using a cheap Harbor Freight touch-up gun.
Is that catalyzed paint?
Yeah.
Oh, here, I'm showing you some PP.
Let's see here.
I'll make it big.
Deltron, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the Cadillac stuff.
Yeah, it works a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not catalyzed, and like you can clear coat it, what, 10 minutes after you toot it on, and it's great stuff.
You
All
two
right.
get paint on, okay.
So,
And this is what you're using. Let me just make it big there. That's the P.
so that's the reducer, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
right.
that's the expensive reducer that Howard has. I
Yeah.
just happen to have some from years ago, so it's compatible.
Oh, you're halfway there.
Yeah. So, hey, I just don't like mixing it. I mean, it goes
You
on.
don't
fine.
have to mix it.
Well, you gotta put in the reducer, and then it's
Yeah,
you gotta throw that whatever you mix, you gotta throw away.
you do. I don't throw it away.
You don't.
No,
Put it in the fridge.
Holy shit! Really?
No, I don't put it in the refrigerator. I just get it out and put some more reducer in it and toot it next time.
Oh wow! I wish you'd have told me earlier.
Well, you probably weren't paying attention.
Well, good.
I've heard of people putting it in the refrigerator, but I haven't heard of Howard's talking about.
Well, Howard, how long can you keep it that way if you don't, how long will it keep before it sets up on you then?
It doesn't set up. It's not catalyzed.
Okay. So as long, it's still an air dry formula, as long as you
Yeah,
keep
it's
the
like
air out,
milk.
it'll stay.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
So, if I want to reduce
very
its
fast.
viscosity, can I add more reducer without?
Yeah,
Yes.
Really?
yeah.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah.
Who
Folks,
knew?
we may have a breakthrough here, but
There we go.
You
Yeah.
may want some even slower stuff for Phoenix.
I have 85 degrees and 95 degrees.
I use that here where it's chilly.
Yeah. So I want to maybe retract what I said about carpeting.
Huh.
Ask me in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Mark Scarborough can tell you about car paint.
I recognize that masking tape you have there on the table, your Jim.
Oh,
Yeah, I have that in my shop too.
K-tape. This was a hint from Jeff Reeves. This stuff is fabulous. Get on
I
Amazon.
love it. Yep.
I
have to check
masked
it out.
I masked some of this stuff, and I left that tape on for a month. And
Wow.
it came up fine.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I can get mine around the radius of about a dime.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if I mail you those wheel pants, will you do that for me?
There you go.
I can get it on, but then 12 hours later, it's lifted. Is my
Well,
point.
put it on. You got to put it on, spray it, and take it off while it's still almost wet.
Well,
Then it'll feather.
I got too much else to do.
You need bigger blocks of time.
Ah,
Yeah, we all need that.
I need bigger
Hey,
blocks
yeah.
of attention.
Bigger blocks of time don't help me anymore because I don't have the energy to get from the front end to the back end of the bigger block of time. So
Yeah.
it doesn't do me any good.
Well, Jim just discovered a big block of time by finding out he doesn't have to mix paint every time. So
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice.
he's gonna have time on his hands now. So
I threw away a lot of good paint.
expensive paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too bad.
All right. Well,
So
I learned something today. That's good.
thank you very much for showing us that, Jim. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Howard, for the information. That was
Yeah,
great.
this show is fantastic for information. I think it was who was it? Marcel Legrand. I think he calls this program the stunt school.
Hmm.
So you have was that a magician I saw you had your hand on, Dennis?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. Is that a magician 15 or smaller?
This is the Brodak Magician, which is based on the original magician design that Jim Sohavy did. And I think the history is that it was designed for the then AYSC event, which is basically 400, 350, 400 square inch airplanes. So it's a magician with a 42-inch wing. Later on, it was kitted with a 48-inch wing, and then it was kitted by I think it was a cottage industry originally, and then it was eventually picked up by Midwest. And the magician that basically all of us ever built is, is that one, the 48
That's
inch.
one I had. Yeah, I had two of those.
Okay. And I did the same mod I did on my magician back in the 1960s. You can probably spot it. So
Rudder and
no, stabilizer.
Okay.
And what I did, I built my magician back in 1964, I think it was. I built it stock out of the box, flew it, used it up basically. It got to the point where I had to refinish it, recover it and everything like that. And plus the kit had, I think, an 1/8 inch thick stab that was very, very flexible and fragile and everything like that. So I cut off the tail and put a new tail in it. Only when I put the new tail in, instead of putting it up here,
right,
I put it back as far as I could. All right. And makes a long tail magician, which I think is a good idea. Well, I went ahead and did that on this and actually lengthened the tail 2 3/4 inches. All right. Which is a lot on an airplane this size. Heck, it's a lot on a big airplane to go that far. But I'm looking for the same outcome. All right. I think it's going to fly very well. I mean, right now I got about the same tail moment arm as a green box Nobler. So on a 400 square inch airplane. So
Danny, does that have flaps, or am I just seeing a reflection?
I'm sorry?
Does that have flaps?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Well, yeah, again, the Brodak kit didn't call for flaps.
Okay.
But no in my mind, no self-respecting magician, goes flapless. But I know a lot of people build them that way, but I'm not one of them. So
Dennis for sure is gonna fly better.
What's that?
For sure it will fly better.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure of it. I'm really, really confident that it's going to fly like crazy. So
Yeah, I think the tracking is gonna be 2 times better, and the corner is gonna be better too. You're gonna have more torque on the wing.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's all, I'm it's simply put, it's going to be better. So
very nice.
I originally built this for the, for the conversion kit. Okay. And this is one of the ones I actually decided to finish. Now, Mark, my intention was to have this finished in time to bring it to Brodak for a raffle prize. And I kind of missed that.
It's okay.
And actually when I get it all put, I just glued the pieces together tonight. I still got to, do some trim covering and stuff like that, but it's, I think now it looks like the raffle prize might be the Shark 402 that I didn't finish yet either. But at any rate, I got to get an earlier start and throw it in the corner and have it ready to go next year. But yeah, I'm
I have
pretty
a
excited.
question, Dennis. How are you going to do the landing gear?
It plugs in the bottom here.
Oh.
And let's see, and it's going to have a strap over it and stuff like that. But again, it's one problem with a profile electric conversion is that the landing gear usually gets strapped to the side of the fuselage.
Right.
And sort of interferes with the battery. You got to choose one or the other. So
that's kind of why I asked you how he's going to do it, because
Yeah, so I put a trunnion block in the, in the fuselage, maple block. And then the landing gear wires will fit side by side here. And it's made in such a way that you can put the landing gear, you can put it, you can have the gear forward or aft by this amount, about an inch. So in the aft position, the landing gear is roughly in line with the leading edge of the wing, which ought to be pretty good all purpose. But if you're on a nasty grass field or something like that, you can move it an inch forward, just by taking the gear out and, putting it back in the other way. So I thought that would be, that would come in handy too. So.
That's very ingenious.
Hey, Dennis, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What'd you cover it with?
This is Brodak covering that they used to sell. The Brodak iron-on. So.
Wow, that's a nice color.
Yeah, it's just plain gold. And then this is Top Flight monocoat trim sheet checkerboard, which is handy.
Yes.
And whatever you see, Brodak copied the little graphic that, that used to be in the Midwest kit.
Oh, very
That
cool.
little
Yeah.
ghost figure.
Yeah.
I'd call it a ghost. I'm not sure what else to call it, but.
Do you know if they still sell monocoat?
Well, this particular covering, Brodak couldn't get any more, and they closed it out. They got some other covering later on from a different supplier. It was the supplier that was building their ARVs, and they didn't have a real broad selection of colors with that. Monocoat per se is gone. If you can find any, go to swap meets and stuff like that, get what you can. That's the only place you're going to find it. And then I guess even Ultra Coat is going to still be available, but they've really cut back on the amount of colors they have. So,
Yeah, I try to roll it.
I don't even know how to admit this, but I'm thinking my next airplane, I'm going to have to paint it.
Ooh,
Paint.
say it ain't so.
Yeah. And it's kind of traumatic. So.
Yeah, I tried to roll of that Brodak iron-on, and I really wasn't happy with it. So I gave it away, but went back to all the other ones. But maybe I just had a bum roll or something, or that later stuff you were talking about.
I can tell you that every roll of the Brodak covering seemed to have different handling qualities. The gold here, it doesn't even have a backing sheet. And the back of it is like textured. You can put it over itself and it doesn't bubble or anything like that because it's got texture like the Ultra Coat or something like that.
Wow.
But this stuff doesn't even have a backing on it. I've had some others where the backing had actually stuck to the covering and you couldn't separate them. If you did, you pulled all the color off the covering and everything like that. So it was, I ended up throwing out a bunch of rolls of that. And so that was just, they specialed it out 2 rolls for the price of 1, and then it was not, even then wasn't a very good buy. I've had other colors like, well, the Mobest is Brodak covering, and that color, the pink, works very well. So,
gentlemen, I have to say goodnight. I enjoyed talking.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks, Mike Costello, for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Yes.
Mike, thank you.
Good night.
Good to see you again, Mike.
Absolutely.
Always good to see you.
Is Lynn Burrell awake? Hey, Lynn. I
Wake up, Lynn.
I don't know.
thought he was asleep because he's one of those people that likes the magician without the flaps. I'm surprised he didn't pipe in.
I think that's a mannequin.
Either a mannequin or a Lenikin. So.
Ooh. Ooh.
Or actually in Hawaii also.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of folks like their magicians without flaps. And
I'm one that likes it with the flap. That's all I've ever flown is with the flap.
Yeah. All the ones I've ever built, not all that many, I suppose. They were all flapped and they all flew well. And but of that, only my original build was stock all the way. And the ones after that, I always stretched the tail. So because you know, I stretched the tail on my magician way back when. Do not have an ounce of proof or documentation that I ever did it. So take it on a wink and a nod that I really did that. And then I did it on this airplane, which I never knew existed back in 1964. So basically I have with that long tail and everything, I guess you could say I have a magician designed in 2023. So it's probably not classic legal. So.
Well, it's built by a classic.
It's built by an antique. But,
yeah, I got lucky and scored a bunch of the old super coverite and coverite. So, as well as, monocoat and all kinds, solar film and all kinds of other stuff. So as far as iron-on goes, I'm pretty well equipped. I've still got a case of Dr. paper and a bunch of actual silk span, and just scored a bunch of nylon.
Okay.
And big coverall. So I think I'm set for life for covering materials.
Okay, I think Len's back, by the way.
Yeah, I called him to wake him up.
Oh.
Hey, Leonard. Yeah, I know you still look tired. Hey, Leonard, how you doing, Leonard? Oh,
He went back to sleep.
He's like, nah, I'm tired.
I think, did he just check out?
He just checked out. He's
too
going
bad.
to bed. I think Naomi goes, wake up.
What is that back plate you're holding there, Stuart? Looks like a 40
Let me make it big.
LA
Stuart.
46.
You're dead on.
All right.
I picked these up. Pat McKenzie, he's in the high-speed combat stuff at the Beam this weekend. So he made these.
That looks beautiful.
And he even put a little special thing on the inside.
Oh my God.
Is he selling those, Stuart, or?
Well, he sold them to us. He had a bunch of them, and he makes them up. And
what does it get for them?
Would they pay $20 a piece?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting about 5 of them because the 40 and the 46 are the same backplate. And I think I got 5.
That's what I did. He also has 25s.
That's great.
Very neat. We'd have to have him take some off of that maple leaf on the back of it, though. Put a star back there or something.
Well, that's started forever. It's not changing, I'm sure.
Why
Yeah,
do we?
I'm sure.
I don't
Why
know.
would we want the Chinese symbol on it?
What's that?
Why would we want the Chinese symbol on it?
Yeah, really.
Okay, put a flag on it then, but that'd take a lot more laser time.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that being the Chinese symbol, but yeah.
Phil,
That's
you should have grown up in Detroit.
That is cool. That is
the finish on this thing. The finish is excellent.
Yeah,
Finish is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool.
Yeah, Phil, growing up in Detroit, I
contact-
always thought Canada was a suburb of Detroit and everything like that. So I'd be happy with.
Tell you what, my cousins that live up there drove a Mercury pickup truck. There were no Mercuries in America, but there were in Canada.
Right.
Yep, we used to have a
You're
few.
right. Yeah. I remember there was things like that.
Neat stuff. That's a neat
So
looking
Stuart,
backplate.
that guy that's doing them up, can you PM me his contact info or something like that?
Yeah, I'll have to find out.
No, interested. Yeah.
Actually, I might have it. I'll check. I got a question though. With the, I can't remember. They're not Brodak tank or not there's a plastic tanks they used to make, but they're not available anymore. And they have a little small, the black stopper in them.
Probably the Kraft.
Kraft, yeah, they had black stoppers.
Kraft?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a different name than that. Actually,
might have been Kraft Hayes.
Hayes, that's the one. I couldn't think of the name. Okay, I just wanted to know the name.
Hayes, I remember.
Mike
Lonky's in the house.
Holy smokes.
Good to see you, buddy. Long time no see.
How much older he looks.
Older? Do I look older?
Oh, you look
No.
Mike, I warn you,
Why, sir?
Mark is in rare form tonight.
Did I look older from Friday night? Didn't I see you Friday night?
You look awesome, buddy.
Thanks, man.
So we can make sure. Yeah, you look good.
Hey, at our age,
Thank
it's
you.
good to be seen.
So
and
how'd
not
the
viewed.
combat
What
go
can I
over the
tell you?
weekend?
It went good. Sam and I got back about 11 o'clock last night, about a 600-mile drive from Kansas City. We had a great weekend, man. It was awesome. I got to thank Mark Lumen and Dave Tribble for putting us up at their house. They hosted for us and gave us a place to sleep and take a shower, which was great. And they also both came out to the field on Friday and on Sunday and watched combat. Brought Bryce, Mark's son, out there to watch, and I think he enjoyed it. Everyone out there was awesome. They helped us out. We stepped on our own feet a couple of times with some rules stuff, but they got us straightened out and helped us to understand the rules a little bit better. Sam flew well. He went 2-2 on Friday in fast 2D. And then in the regular F2D Saturday, Sunday, he was 1-3. He won his first match, but he lost his next three. And it was a triple elimination contest. So when he lost his third match, he was out. But he flew well. He had technically won a match, his second match, but his shutoff kicked off because it was so windy. I mean, it was blowing like 25 all weekend. It was horrible. So upwind combat was not a good thing. But he did the stunt guy thing. What do you do when you lose line tension onto your plane, man? You back up, right? Well, he backed up and put both feet right out of the pilot circle, which is a DQ in F2D. So he just did the instinct back up, save the plane thing, and you can't leave the pilot circle. That's a DQ. And it's too bad because he was up 2 cuts to 1. If he'd stayed in the circle, he would have won the match. But that's one of those rules things that we just got to get in our head,
Yeah, that's going to be a tough instinct to unlearn, isn't it? So
It is. But everyone there was super awesome. They helped us so much understanding the rules. And I mean, we've read the rule book. I've downloaded the judges rule book and the pilot's rule book from the FAI website. I haven't put in a binder, and we've read them several times. But until you actually go out there and do stuff and break a rule and understand why it was, it's hard to just learn it all from a book. You got to do it. You got to go out and do those dumb things and get dinged for it. So, but it was great. It was great. Everyone was awesome. Fun time, super fun time. Sam had great matches. Everybody, all those guys, I consider them all coaches to him because they all coached him and helped him along, and definitely worthwhile, fun trip. Plus, we picked up a few tricks that I want to share with you guys.
All right.
The first one being probably not huge for stunt guys. Am I here?
Yeah, you're big.
Okay.
Big.
My video froze.
You're good.
You're still working here.
I'm still working. Okay. You can see that.
Yeah.
Probably not huge for you guys, but for combat guys that have to bend on wings all the time, cordless heat gun.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Cordless heat gun to bend warps and stuff out of wings, which, it's always a pain in the butt. You either have to have an inverter on your truck or, a big car battery with an inverter to run an iron or a heat gun. But so I went right out today and picked up one of these Ryobi heat guns.
Nice.
Because the nice thing about it is when you fly an airplane, if it's a little out of trim, you take the heat gun right to the circle, you do your little bend on it, and you put it right back in the air. You don't have to take it off the lines, drag it into your truck, your RV, or anything. So there's that. The next thing we learn, again, probably not useful to stunt guys, but this Tyvek tape for your pit box during a match. It is sticky as all get up, and it's 1 mil. So it's basically just like combat wing covering for quick repairs during a match.
Yeah.
Good to have.
And that's Tyvek. That's got to be extremely strong then too, isn't it?
It's strong. You can't break this stuff. You can rip it with your teeth, you know. You can rip it with your teeth, but it's extremely tacky. It's super sticky. So, you know, the idea is you get a big hole in your wing, you go like that, and you go a couple times, and Bob's your uncle, you know. And it's not bad either. It's like $12 a roll, so it's not super expensive, you know. I taped my hand up here. One other thing real quick. Jeff Johnson had this, and I know you stunt guys would never, ever do this, but just a simple Ryobi cordless screwdriver. Right?
Yeah.
20 bucks, $24. So he made a plate out of 1/4-inch plywood with 2 dowels on it to fit a line reel.
Ah, I follow you.
So
Oh, that's cool.
you got a back plate, right? That
Yeah.
this just sits on, and you know, 2 dowels that stick through the holes, and he stands there. I can't do it because I haven't had it made, but then you just stand there and hit your deal, and you can roll your lines up right on the reel. And of course, combat guys drag their handles. We don't care. So
Very cool.
Yeah, Mike, Carl Shute made one for me.
Did he?
10 or 12 years ago.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think
but
I'm gonna
you know,
steal your idea.
you probably don't want to. You don't want to drag your handle on asphalt. I don't think you would want to do that. But you could also walk to your handle while you're doing it and keep line tension, you know, on the lines as you're rolling it up. So I thought that was pretty neat because it's quick. You know, with F2D you're flying 2 airplanes per match, but you got 2 more or 4 more with lines ready to go because you can't always just swap lines from one plane to the other. You got 6 handles, 6 sets of lines, 6 planes ready to go for the day. You know, so you got to roll all them out. You got to roll them all up. I think that's it, man.
Wow. Well, thank you, Mike.
Good
Okay.
Very good.
Well, I like the
Okay,
heat gun,
follow
Mike.
up with Stuart. Is that what you were looking for?
There you go.
Thank you.
Those are the
big,
ones.
Dennis.
Yep.
Were you looking to get one, Stuart, or what?
Well, I don't know. I was gonna actually see if they were around, if anybody had them.
I have one, a 4-ouncer.
You do?
Right here.
Can I use a fishing rod and hook it in?
Pardon me?
I said, can I use a fishing rod and reel it in?
Probably, yeah. Toss one over the border. Can you throw one over the Detroit River? Throw a line over the river there?
Yeah, maybe.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm a long distance caster, but that's a long way.
It's not that long, but anyhow. Actually, you could probably go downriver a little bit and find it where it's really, really close. But
oh, there's places downwind. Yeah, you can do it down there.
Do you know anybody there from your area? Do you know? Are they going to our nationals in Muncie? Maybe
no.
Pat or somebody.
Not this year that I know of. And Pat's not even going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
well,
Len
it's not like
wasn't
not like I need it right away. It's just I was gonna try and get a couple here and there, but that's all right.
Well, we'll figure out how to get there. So
Let me catch up on the chat box. McBride, Ruben, he's also a member of our YouTube channel, and so is Jonathan Carradas. Thank you guys for supporting us with the subscription. And McBride says, like sent, just heard that Rick Peabody fell and broke his hip. Had surgery today.
Oh, that's bad.
So, sorry to hear about that, Rick Peabody. Hope you're listening, and I hope you're for a quick recovery. Then Jonathan Carradas, like I said, he was one of our YouTube channel members. He says, I know many of you guys risked their lives in a Force 9 Gale flying combat last weekend near Hamilton. I guess some pretty horrific wind he was talking about. And then he says, Dennis, you're going to call it taxi? He's referring to your magician. with the yellow and black checkerboard. You gonna call it taxi?
Yeah, I guess maybe you should call it maybe Checker Marathon or something like that. So,
I
Yeah.
remember those. Those were neat cars.
yeah, they were. They were.
And then Marcel Legrand says, "Hi, Gordon. Is John okay?"
Which Gordon?
Yeah. Where's John Miller tonight? You know, he's
Oh,
he's been busy on Monday night. So
Yeah, he might be doing what do you call it? A dig, or be doing a performance.
yeah.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, Chris? In the background behind Mike Lonke.
Say hello.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing
Hey,
good.
Chris.
Doing
It's
good.
been a minute. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. You been flying?
Oh, absolutely. Flying a bunch of RC.
All right. So you're not flying the real control, the real RC.
No, I'm not a man. I can't do the control line thing.
I've
I get
seen-
my feet all tangled, and spinning around in circles. So I can't do it.
I've seen
I'm
you do
old.
it. No, you do good. I saw a video of you flying.
I'm gonna make him. He's not done yet. He's not done. He couldn't come to Joe Knoll with me this year because he had other stuff going on. So I didn't have him in that environment where I could just make him fly control line for a couple of days. But we'll get him back on the handle again.
Oh, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. Hey Dennis, I got your message, and I'm gonna look through my line reels. If I got some old ones, I will bring them to you. If not, I have about 20 printed ones that Sam made, and I'll start printing some more. But we'll get you hooked up. I think I can get you some line reels at the Nats. Okay.
well, thanks for that. I just threw out some more steel. I had some lines I got from my brother that I'd forgotten about, and I started sorting through them, and some of them were some were more used than others. Let's put it that way. And I ended up throwing out a bunch of them. So I got about a half dozen reels right now. So.
All right. I've actually got it on my list. Line reels for Dennis, along with the 800 other things I have to do before we leave for the Nats in 10 days.
Okay, just so mine is number one on the list. That's all that matters. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll make sure it is.
I don't care about the other 799, Mike. So.
Never mind that I just got back from a contest at 11 o'clock last night, and we have airplanes to get ready.
Yeah.
I got housework.
I hear violins.
I got chores. I got to give Mama a boat weekend. We got 4th of July fireworks, and then I got to pack for the Nats and go. I mean, it's just like been a whirlwind this last.
Yeah. I woke up this morning and realized that, we're 2 weeks away, and it's like, holy crap, I need another week.
You're 2 weeks away. We have to be there a week from Thursday for a pilot's meeting.
Yeah, by the time when we're doing intermediate stunt, your guys are going to be finishing your team selection. I think that same
finishing
Sunday,
team
right?
trials. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you guys.
So we're gonna be in Muncie for 8 full days this year, Thursday to the following Friday.
Wow.
Wow.
We're looking forward to it though. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I bet. Hey, Gordon, was you waving or pointing to Bart because he's asleep?
Yeah, he's gone to sleep.
Oh, tell him I'm sorry the show's so boring. I do the
back,
best I can.
He's back.
So do you have Bart building? I know last year he was out there. You put him to
I gotta
work.
go.
All right, thank you, Jim. Have
See
a
you,
nice
Jim.
night.
Take care, Jim.
Yeah.
Good night,
Same with
Jim.
me. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate it.
Good night, Ed.
I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon, anyways. I just had the one question. Did you put him to work? Is he building while he's there?
Was gonna build a Pathfinder for him, but I've got him taping off my Heinz 57. And all we gotta do is put the paper on it now and it's ready to shoot. And as soon as they get clear coat over it, then we're gonna jump on his, he wants to build a new Pathfinder. So,
Huh. That yellow one I saw him fly last year was flying pretty good.
yeah, but he thinks it's ugly.
It is
Oh,
Well,
real ugly. I don't know. I could
you
probably.
get the Pilots Award or you got close at the joust last year?
Bringing class to life.
I did good with that. Yeah,
What was that, Bart?
you did good with it at the joust. I won profile and got 4th in expert with it. So
Yeah, I was really impressed with how it flew.
What was
Bob.
this?
Bob? Hey,
What kind of
Bob,
plane was it?
I sent you that message just so you know. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
great. Thanks so much.
Yeah, just to get it before. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, Philip, I saw Bart Koplinski fly in a yellow Pathfinder last year at the Joust.
Oh yeah. Well, if he flew it, it flew like a PA ship.
Yeah, it had an LA-46 with some sort of 3-bladed prop.
Yeah.
Well,
Bart has a talent for getting a hold of a plane that anybody else would say, and Bart makes it look very nice. Gordy can do that too, but
Ted
I've seen-
Fancher told me that I loaned him one of my airplanes and he beat me with it. And Ted Fancher, you don't loan Bart airplanes. He'd fly your toolbox.
That's exactly right. That's my point.
That's funny. I've never heard that before. Hey,
Well,
I
I've
wanna-
got it.
Well, we
I've got
can all,
people here
we
like
can
that.
all, loan Bart an airplane because, you know, he's used to flying 3 at a time, right? So,
Yeah.
True, that's a good point. Good point. Hey, I want to thank everyone for coming in and tolerating my audio. I guess it's a little bit better now, but thank you so much, Dennis, for holding it down for me. It's great to have people backing you up, and I really appreciate what you did. Thank you very much.
well, hey,
Mark
it's,
too, Mark Wise and Dennis, you guys are both holding it down. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's good to see all you guys.
Good to see you too,
You
man.
too, Bart. Always good to see you.
Hey, Bob Whitley, are you trying to do a show and tell or not?
No, I'm just puttering.
That's your
Just
flight streak?
Yeah, rebuilding one of my flight streaks. Kind of broke the nose off last year.
yeah, it looks like it's kind of broke. So,
So I decided, I've had this flight streak since, oh God, probably 1974. This is be about its third rebuild. But I've had so many engines on it, but I decided I'm going to modernize a bit now. So I picked up an LA-25 for it. So I was just
Good choice.
building up, good thing I'm freeing it from the paper, just building up an engine crutch for it tonight and
Oh, very cool.
that and stripping the covering off. And I originally had it covered with super coverite and I thought I'd never be able to replace that. And then I came across all those rolls of it. So I cleaned out John Fromm's hobby shop of all his coverite. So I think I'll do that again with it and hopefully have it painted and ready to fly by tomorrow night before I pack up. So I'd like to take it with me because it's kind of a funny story. Way back when in 1977 in Rivers, Manitoba at the airbase there, when I was taking my gliding license, I had this and my Focke-Wulf 190. I forget what all else. I'd shipped them down in a crate. So I was a student there, but having fun flying my models too. And a few years ago, when I got back into control line more serious and ended up on the National Advisory Board for control line, lo and behold, I get a message from one of the guys that was at Rivers then. He had been an instructor. And that's Paul Giddle out of Winnipeg. And what a memory, because he remembered that I wondered if it was the Bob Whitley that had a black flight streak with a Super Tiger 46 on it. Shit, this is, 45 years later, he remembered that.
Oh.
I would too. That's motor for.
yeah, it's a lot of motor on a flight streak. Yeah. So,
Yeah, well, it lived up to its name.
I bet.
Yeah, it was a streak, all right. Mine's got a 25 on it. That's plenty of power. Guys, I'll see everybody Friday night. Y'all have a great week, I hope. Stay out of
Thank you very
trouble.
much.
Bob, you behave yourself. You're
No, I'll
wild
try.
getting 46 on a plane like that. Wow.
What do you
Well,
guys
I've
Take
got
care,
a
everybody.
36X on it, a 35 FP, the 46, and probably a couple others that I forget.
Wow.
Very cool. So let me end the live stream and we'll be back Friday. Hopefully you have a chance to work in your shop or go flying and come back and tell us all about it.